Okay, so let's start. A warm namaste from me, Ashish Sadekar, and from ProThoughts. A very good morning, good evening, and a good afternoon for people joining from different places. Glad to see you all. And we are slowly starting our webinars, which were quite kind of popular around the COVID times. And then in the last year, we had kind of stopped the webinars, but on demands from a lot of people, we have restarted the webinars. And today, I am going to have a very exciting topic, which is a very uh, curious subject for a lot of people today is how to move from a Scrum enthusiast to an Agile coach. I think it's something which is, as we are getting into the new year with organizations talking about agility, what is Scrum, what is Agile Coach, are they same? So we are going to explore that kind of equation now about uh, the Scrum, Agile, and a lot of things. And I'm going to give you trying to be giving you my perspective on what is Agile and what is Scrum and how to go up the ladder there. So that's what is the so we do a research on topics as well, and this is something which many people wanted to know, how to move from a Scrum master to an Agile coach. So let us go into the topic. Some of you know me, some of you who do not know me. I love what I'm doing. Uh, I'm also a founder at ProThoughts, and I recently became the first disciplined agile coach instructor, not in last October 2022, and I was the first one in India, Middle East, Asia to do that, because a lot of this DAC instructors or disciplined agile master level courses are in the US. So we are ProThoughts is the first one to do that. So that's good. And I love talking on the webinars. I've been speaking on some forums, but I'm back with the ProThoughts forum. So that's something which is very exciting. So great. Today I'm going to talk about, I'm going to set the context of agility, and then coming into what is Scrum Master, Agile Coach, and then talk about how the uh, organizations need agility. So before I start, okay, guys, a little quick warm up. Okay, you had a long day, especially in people in India. I want to start with a poll. Okay, I want to know from you, what is according to you is agility. Let me just figure out from you. So the poll is launched. I would like everyone to answer this poll. You can have multiple choices as well. Okay. I moved my laptop so the screen is gone. Okay, it will come back. Right. Okay. So I think most of the people um, said delivering value sooner than faster speed and then created for all functions the organization. Only 1% said created for IT. So that's Pretty cool. Okay, thank you for that. Uh, I will come back to you on certain things. Okay, what is actually agility? But yes, okay. I want to know what is your role of the audience who are participating, if you can. One choice only. Okay. Okay. All of you, please answer. That will really help. Okay. Okay. 63% are actually project managers. So I have the majority of them as project managers. Okay. Thank you. And the last for you is, do you know the difference between Agile Coach and the Scrum Master? Single choice. Okay, interesting. Okay, super. 78% are saying that Agile Coach works at org level and the Scrum Master works at the team level. And only 1% is saying both work at the team level. And no one is saying actually both mean the same thing. Actually, is a wrong thinking that Agile coaches work at the org level and the Scrum works at the team level. So I'm going to talk about that in the coming slide. So that's a wrong, okay, reading about Agile coach and the Scrum master. So I'm going to talk about that. Okay, thank you so much. And that's the amount of polls I had to start with. So let me go into agility, and there are a lot of definitions of agility all over the world by different experts. But if I have to talk about agility, agility is not a particular practice, it is not a framework, it is not, okay, a methodology. Okay, agility is about, we call it mindset or a concept, is the way we think. Okay, so agility is, if I had to put, is a concept where you can start getting things at lesser time. Okay, so idea of agility, in other words, is effective outcomes in lesser time. The, in other words, delivering value sooner can be a good idea about that. And that was a lean principle about delivering value sooner, where the focus was on the time aspect, not on the productivity. When we go to a lot of IT companies, the focus is on utilization, productivity, how efficient we are or the person is. That is really not about agility. Agility is about how I can deliver value sooner, how I can, and when I say value, okay, value means something that can be consumed, used, okay. So idea, another word, okay, effective outcomes in lesser time is what is agility. So agility is okay, typically used, right, across, and not only one team can provide agility for the organization. Lot of teams together can generate agility for the organization. So there are a lot of things, where we talked about continuous improvement, and the idea is that how I can improve, okay, in lesser time over a period of time is what I'm going to talk about in the coming slides. Okay, the idea is to deliver sooner and sooner and sooner by continuously improving. That's what I'm going to talk about. So if I look at the current landscape, and this is done by Deloitte, some years back, okay, the takeaway from this slide is just to show how crowded the agile market is, with so many practices, so many options, so many methods, okay, to do that. No, you don't know which one is the right for you. In fact, people keep on inventing new ways of doing things, naming them with something else, etc. So there are a lot of practices in the agile world. Scrum happens to be one of them, and is of course the most popular one. And it's also a good, okay, according to me, a good way to start, because it's like, you have been fed about what you need to do, and it's very easy to understand. But there are a lot of practices in the agile landscape, and therefore, although agility is talking about delivering value sooner, uh, many people get confused about how to get that value sooner. Which method, which practice, which framework, what to do next is the question for the organizations, right? So that's the current context of the things. And now I'm going to talk about, first, to set the context on what is a Scrum Master, and according to me, what is an Agile Coach, and how they are different from each other. And therefore, once I set that context, then we will come to know that how, okay, what should be as your path to move from a Scrum Master or Scrum enthusiast to an Agile Coach. Okay, so you will, once you understand these terms, I think it will be very easy to understand what to do to get to that level. Okay, now let me tell you, the Scrum Master, okay, is a insider to the team. It's one of the primary roles when you're doing an agile project. He's working as part of the team along with the product owner and the team members. He's one essential, okay, bridge between the product owner and the team members. When I say the bridge, he's a facilitator between the product owner and the team member. He is also a facilitator for the stakeholders and the product owner. Product owner are the representatives of the stakeholder or the customers. So he becomes the facilitator even for the team within. Okay, he is the facilitator. Okay. I think there is an excellent term used for the Scrum Master, and which is, the idea of using this term was to differentiate about the controlling authority from the traditional project manager that the project manager commands, right? The project manager. So according to me, if I have to study the entire the entire chronological events, the Scrum always the manifesto and the things has written in the Scrum in the initial days, where to differentiate from the traditional project management or the waterfall project management, and to tell and emphasize that why it is different and how we should do that, because that was a very common thing. Right now also there are more project managers as attending today as well. So everything was a relative definition in agile world so far. So servant leader is a marked departure from the controlling aspect of the project manager. And today this is very essential. Well, I am running an organization, and I have realized the importance of servant leader. My only job as one of the persons in the management is to serve my team, fed them pretty well, so that they can give their best, right? That's what I try to do. Okay, if there are any challenges the team faces in terms of the ecosystem, in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of any impediments that you can call. My job is to serve them, right? And at the same time, keep on communicating the vision where we want to go. A vision is the end state. So servant leader is the one, okay, who is trying to the build that environment for the team, and that's what typically a scrum master is doing. Now, if I compare the scrum master, okay, with the agile coach, and agile coach, okay, is pretty different animal, and I come to the in the next slide. So like I said, the scrum master is typically the one who is working to ensure the team is doing the job. They are the executors, and the scrum master typically is doing these 5 things, ensuring that when I'm doing the scrum, that event ceremonies are happening at the right time, they're happening in the right way. They're happening in the right time, in the right way. The environment is right. There are no impediments. There is a lot of mentoring, motivating the team, communicating the vision, okay, solving, facilitating between the stake. All this are a part of the Scrum Master responsibilities, right? So the Scrum Master becomes an essential bridge between the team and the product owner to do the job. Okay, the idea of the Scrum Master is produce the output of the or the deliverable for the iteration, okay, along with the team. So that's what one of the objectives, and that's where these events that come into play, right? Okay, so you already know the 5 ceremonies, so I'm not going to spend time on this, but these are the sprints or the iterations along with the 5 ceremonies that the Scrum Master is involved in. But the agile coach and agile coach is becoming far more important, according to me, in the today's world. And agile coach is not an insider, but the outsider for the team or the organization. So he comes for a shorter term to improve a particular aspect. So typically we call it improve the wow, which is way of working for the team. So as the Scrum Master, the Agile Coach is also the problem solver, but the Agile Coach is coming with a specific agenda to start with to solve the problem. And he is coming is as an outsider rather than the insider. I think that's a very important distinction between the Scrum Master and the Agile Coach, right? So when I call the Agile Coach, and in short, the Agile Coach typically comes with a very broad knowledge, and particularly the soft skills. He primarily works with the leadership, okay? So he comes with a lot of broad knowledge, okay? That knowledge can be from different domains or different technical expertise or knowledge of different agile lean practices. So he comes with a very broad knowledge. And one of the things, okay, of the Agile Coach is to how to improve the way of working for the teams. And to do that, okay, if I had to summarize at a very high level, it is to enable team to become 3 things: self-organizing, self-improving, and self-learning. So the idea of Agile Coach is primarily working with the teams, okay, to make the teams self-organized so that they can solve the problems on their own and make themselves more productive. And somewhere I feel that the organization in a way manifests at a team level. So there is, of course, top to bottom down changes, but typically, if every team is going to change, it will manifest at the organization level as well. So if I have to improve something, I would perhaps improve at the team level rather than at the organization level. So this is the agile coach responsibilities. And like I said, this is the famous uh, coaching competency framework by Lisa Adkins in 2011. And she typically says that, okay, the upper half, this upper half, which constitutes almost around, okay, 25 to 30%, is all about the agile and lean practices. And a coach should have the soft skills in terms of coaching, teaching is it's like training, okay, where, okay, you have a specific agenda where you share the knowledge. Coaching is an open agenda which you can, okay, inspire others to outgrow themselves. Like, uh, when I say coaching, I can remember only no the sports coach. Okay, the coach necessarily cannot be more talented than the player in a sports, but he knows how to bring about the best in the team. So these are skill sets. Okay, typically a agile or a coach should have, like a little bit of technical business transformation. It is quite rare that all coach can have all this together. You will be pretty experienced. But coach in this all this particular skill sets, he will be strong in some, he will be working lacking some skill sets, and he will be improving that, right? So these are the broad skill sets a typical coach should have. Right. So given the time limit that I have for the webinar, okay, I have set you a little bit of context about the Scrum Master. I told you a little bit about Agile Coach, and this is, okay, the idea of the Agile Coach. Okay, Agile Coach are not in a command and tell position to the team, right? They should not tell what the team should do, but like I said, make the team, enable the team to make their own decisions and own solutions, right? And the coach has their own kind of ammunition in terms of the techniques that we have. Like, I do a coach, I have a coach playbook, and I do for Disciplined Agile. And no, I have my own playbook where, no, we have know how to engage with the people, how to find opportunities, how to find the improvement board, how to improve that. So these are one of the techniques that the coach has. You can have multiple techniques to improve the way of working for the team, right? So Agile Coach, okay, comes primarily, I'm repeating, for, okay, enabling the team to be self-organizing, self-improving, and self-learning. So idea of a coach is internalize the mindset. It's trying to, okay, uh, build a mindset. Okay, like, no, if I had to talk again, the analogy of a coach, and there are so many successful coaches in movies as well, and in real life as well. And one of the things is inspiring people uh, to develop the mindset of winning. Like, if it's a cricket, I remember, no, in the early 2000, India were not so good in the cricket arena, uh, and the body language never showed that they were supposed to win. But there was a era, I think the Saurav Ganguly, the Dhoni's era, and that the idea was the mindset had changed. So idea of a coach was to develop that mindset and use that mindset to tackle some complex problems. That mindset will be like a compass to navigate through, complex problems. But the idea is, okay, use some laws and principles, okay, also to tackle the things. So when you're using that laws and principles, the agile coach uses that agile principles and laws to tackle the problems. Okay, so these are some of the things that we have on this. And to tell you the scope of agile coach, and this is some myth that many people have, and I strongly believe the agile coach primarily works at the team level to improve their way of working. And also the scope extends at the organization level, or generally when they're working at the team level, they also, the problems are also manifested by interdependent teams as well. So the problem doesn't happen only at the team level. There are other teams, there are dependent IT activities which other teams are. So you invariably know, try talking with other teams, and that's how the interdependency works. So the scope goes from one team to many other teams and to the organization. And actually, I don't see agile coaches working primarily in agile transformations. That's a different skill set, but they work with enterprises coaches for agile transformations. So this is the scope of agile coach as such. Okay, I have just made my own cheat sheet about what is the difference between agile coach and the scrum master, because I started doing that earlier, and many people like that, the differentiation I used to make between various things. Okay, it gives a very taut kind of a very concise, comparison. So, so that's what I have tried in my way to do this. So, like I said, the primary difference is Scrum Master is insider, Agile Coach is outsider. Okay, uh, the positioning is more of an agile coach, more is to solve the problem. Scrum Master also solves impedance within the team. But when the team has an issue and you need, like agile coach is like a consultant coming from outside. Typically, you can have internal agile coaches as well, but yeah. But idea is to improve the way of working for the team, right? Focus areas team, but can go with interdependent teams and even the organizational, at the organizational level as well. So the skill set of an agile coach is a very broad skill set compared to a scrum master. And that skill set definitely should have soft skills, because even though when the agile coaches are working at a team level, they are primarily also talking with the leadership team to set expectations. So you should have a good amount of soft skill experience as well. Like I said, then it works with the leadership and management as well. I think the scrum master, you will not see doing that, right? So in a nutshell, agile coaches are far more experienced than the scrum master. And these are some other kind of comparisons between the agile coach and the scrum master. I'm just checking the time, but yeah, so the agile coach is for a shorter duration, typically a little expensive as well as compared to the scrum master, but they are here to solve a problem, to enable the teams to be self-organized. Whereas the scrum master is a permanent internal team member, a critical part for the project. Okay, the agile coaches are more strategic, scrum masters are more tactical, in the sense that they are dealing with the day-to-day operation. Agile coaches are looking at a little macro level in that sense. So idea of the agile coach, okay, is to improve the way of working, which not necessarily, okay, the scrum master's job is. But I think when we do disciplined agile or any other thing, idea is to continuously improve there as well. Okay, but the focus of the scrum master typically in the scrum is more of a compliance. Okay, more of whether the team is doing the right things, okay, following the right things, so that I can generate an output. Okay, I'm talking in a very general sense, so don't take me wrong. Okay, that's how it is. Uh, uh, you can actually, as an agile coach, work as a scrum master, but a scrum master needs to be properly trained to be and groomed to be an agile coach. And like I said, there are a lot of similarities between the agile coach and the scrum. Well, both are there, okay, to understand the way of working and try to improve on a continuous basis. The idea is to deliver value for sure. More are both around the mentoring and facilitation as well. So there are definite similarities, but there is a broad distinction as well between a scrum master and an agile coach. Great. So now that we have understood, okay, what is that agile coach, what is a scrum master, what is agility in a very short, brief way, and in a very simple way, which is, I like simplicity. The simple ways, if you understand, that's pretty nice. And let us understand what is today's world as well, and why people are talking about agility or agile or whatsoever. Now, the world has, you all agree, and we have read so many articles, VUCA and volatile uncertainty, etc. But the fact of the matter is that the world has shrunk in a way. Uh, there has been no no events which are like interdependent, and a small no a butterfly flapping its wing can create a storm now in a very quick way. Okay, earlier it used to take time. Now the results are pretty evident and very fast. Okay, there are unprecedented technological shifts which can actually um, kick a company out from operations like within 6 months to a year, right? So the survival of a company is to respond to changes in a very quick way, which was not there 20 years back. So world is changing so fast that if you do not respond and you do not comprehend that, okay, there are some new things and I need to do business in a little better way, or I do not respond to the changes in an effective way, you can be extinct today in a business, especially larger organizations. And therefore, agile or agility is one of the survival methods as well. I can go to that extent for to remain, okay, competitive in today's environment. So when I talked about agility, the agility first, it helps you to respond to situations very in a very effective way, into changes in a very effective way. And this is something which I had taken from this website down below, where I given the credit, and they've nicely explained that, okay, how does agility increase organizational performance? I was talking of level of responsiveness, but with it comes like you do it, the things faster. Okay, you deliver value faster, you learn also faster with delivering value faster, and therefore, okay, no, the how to deal with problem also increases. So agility is helping you on a lot of fronts: developing a great mindset, delivering value sooner, having a delightful customer, reducing your cost of delay. No, so basically you're talking of increasing revenue, decreasing cost, etc. So you're talking of some business numbers here with agility. So that's not my main topic, but so agility is something which is going to be pretty important, and to to get this agility and to get this performance and get it to the next level, a scrum master, according to me, is not enough. No, you need to traverse the journey between a scrum master to an agile coach with so many. So scrum master was introduced in year 2000, especially in 1990s, but it manifesto and everything. At that time, the world was not changing so fast as it's changing today. and therefore the Scrum Master is relevant today. But what is more needed for organizations is the Agile Coach, okay, to increase the performance, okay, for the organization, okay, to make the organizations agile, to make the teams self-organizing, okay, to have a little more drastic change, significant improvement in the way the organization with the teams work, okay, that is what is a challenge today, and that's where the agile coaches will help you. So agile coaches is one of the things which I think no organizations would need, and today they are scarce in demand. A lot many organizations start with Scrum Master, but to grow to an agile coach, there has been no journey so far. And no, I think no, there are certain tools, certain processes in the market to help you that. And since we do disciplined agile, no, I wanted to introduce disciplined agile, which is backed by PMI. They acquired in 2019, and they actually have the journeys designed to make you an agile coach. So it starts with the Scrum Master, which is at the beginner level, and then it shows a journey, okay, to become a agile coach. So 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 this is something which I wanted to introduce, where the journey starts where person is new to agile, it becomes a Scrum Master, you are experienced to deal with complex solutions, and then you go to the disciplined agile coach, okay, where you master, okay, uh, uh, know how to enable, okay, it's a master certification, but the DSC certification doesn't make you a master in agile. It's just a start in attaining mastery or being an agile coach. So that's what is the journey that we have. And disciplined agile, what is included, okay, I took this, no, there was an excellent presentation which covered what disciplined agile has, and disciplined agile has 143 decision point, which if you use, and that can significantly reduce your risk and increase your predictability about the outcomes. Not all predictability, but it can actually help you to deliver outcomes in a lesser time, okay. For each decision point, okay, in disciplined agile, okay, you have an agile roadmap uh, on how to improve your way of working, okay. So so it is a guided way to help you to be better the next time you do the same thing, okay. uh, and you get this guidance from the agile and lean community, where they have built almost with 140 decision point, maybe around 500 to 600 options or methods for you to practice and make you, okay, help you to improve your way of working. So today maybe I will not able to show disciplined agile. That's my topic for the next webinar on Thursday, how to improve the way of working or optimize the way of working. So that's something which I will show the disciplined agile, okay, with the DA browser, how it can help for a given situation. A team is facing a complex problem, how they can go into disciplined agile, and we can do a practical way of doing things. So this is about the disciplined agile, and there are a lot of certifications, or that's the business we are in, but there are a lot of things we have in the market. Like there is CSM, which is the most popular one, which is a certified Scrum Master. It's a great place to start knowing about agility. It's a great place for people to adopt when they start their journey on agile. A good alternative is disciplined agile Scrum Master for that. Okay, and as you attain expertise, okay, you go to DSSM, which is called the disciplined agile Scrum Master, and when you start at an advanced level, you have a DSC or disciplined agile coach. And when you're talking of the organizational agility, you have this DVSC, value stream consultant, at a higher level. This is something which we have prepared just to position and tell you where you need to have the expertise, etc. Okay, this is not a PMI slide, but just to help you understand the positioning of different certifications. Okay, great. Yeah, good. So these are a little things about the coach and the scrum masters. And no, I leave my last 15 minutes for question and answers. Okay, and I will be happy to take the question and answers. But before that, I would like to summarize that uh, today, in this today's fast changing times, I think there is a lot consensus that you need agility. And the way, see, there are agile is not limited to say a scrum or a disciplined agile safe. There might be organizations who have made their own processes to tackle and do things in an effective way in a lesser time. So I will also call agility. I don't call jugaad, which is the Indian term, as agility. But there are different practices and every company would have them. But if you want to be doing at a larger scale to become more standardized and become more structured and a proven method to do this, then you need to have a tool or a practice which can enable to do that. So agility is more needed than ever today. Okay. I also maintain scrum masters are a great start, but they need to travel a journey. And I think you need and you're going to need more agile coaches as you grow, as the years pass on. Okay. That's what it is. So I think agile coaches is where the organization should focus. Okay. And make the teams self-organized, and reduce waste, give effective outcomes in a lesser time. Right, guys? Okay. I wanted to know this is our LinkedIn group on Disciplined Agile. Okay, this is the second largest group in the world on Disciplined Agile. Focus on knowledge of Disciplined Agile, and ProThoughts provide. This is one webinar. We write a lot of articles, invite a lot of people, even from PMI, to talk about Disciplined Agile. And we have a lot of video content on Disciplined Agile. So you can refer to this group, okay? And oops, sorry about this. Uh, I'm putting this in the chat window. I'm just sharing it again. Uh, so I'm putting this group in the chat window. I would encourage all you to join this group and collaborate within this group. Okay. So this is one of the groups. I will do that. We have the coach certification in both in March, okay, and the DSSM certification in March. If anyone interested, put your no, you can put your interest to the email ID which I will show you now. We are having another webinar. I'm only taking for 2 times in a month. Generally, I take one, but this is on also by special demand, how to optimize your way of working, which is next Wednesday. And I'm going to show a live, okay, uh, uh, no, live demo of how to use Disciplined Agile. You can drop your interest here. Okay, we are happy to help you, right? Okay, PDU codes will be shared by automated mail, Rama. Thank you. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much. Bye.